Well, no win in 3 league games has no doubt dented Leamington's momentous start to the campaign. After taking 14 points within their first month of fixtures, they've managed to gather just 1 point in the month of September. They hadn't registered a league goal in September before Saturday when they shared the spoils in a dramatic 3-3 draw away to Chester. Leamington needed a replay and a dramatic winner deep into extra time to get their FA Cup run underway last week with a 2-1 win away to Chasetown. The Breaks have played over 300 minutes of football in the last 16 days, and the demand of fixtures has prompted 4 changes from Holleran tonight. Stephen Morley is put straight into the team after rejoining the Breaks last week. The 32-year-old made 203 appearances and scored 15 goals for Leamington between 2010 and 2015. Rhys Flanagan also comes straight into the starting 11 since rejoining the Breaks last week. In the lead up to this one, the Bulls' story couldn't be any different from that of their hosts. They travel here tonight seeking their 4th win on the spin after a turbulent start to the season. The Breaks couldn't muster 3 points from Hereford last season, losing 2-1 at Edgar Street and sharing a 2-2 draw here in a very entertaining affair. Morley, Edwards flicks on, March heads down, and it's Dunbar who sends his effort over the crossbar on his weaker left foot. Plenty of time to set himself. Kieran Dunbar had plenty of white shirts charging at him, couldn't keep his effort down. Hall, it's up towards Simmons. Gittins able to calmly bring it down and hook forward. Gowling with a header away, it's picked up by Pope. Anderson looking to put Cullinane live, but under pressure, and he's won the ball here. Leaves it for Josh March. Looking to return the favour towards Cameron Anderson. A vital interception by Gowling. Morley standing over this set piece inside the centre circle. Plenty of yellow shirts in the Hereford penalty area. In it goes, it's towards Edwards. He wins the header through. Junior English rushing on. The offside flag was up on that far side nonetheless. But Leamington looking more and more threatening from these set pieces. Cameron Anderson rising to nod down towards March. Held up in the midfield. Edwards battling with Pope, but Pope comes out on top. Here's Simmons. Takes it into his midriff and offloads to Owen Evans. The overlap is by Nicholson. Nicholson's lofted ball towards Vincenti, waiting at the back post, heads it down, and it was Kane with the drive. It's a good save by Jake Weaver, powerful drive by Jacob Kane. Jake Weaver level to it. Jamie Hood away. Kane will give James May something to deal with. Junior English muscled out of it by 2 white shirts, one of them Vincenti. His pass cut out by Rhys Flanagan, who can send it upfield once again, met by the head of Gowling. Pope is under it, but mistimes his header and allows the ball to fall to Jack Edwards, who can spread the ball out wide towards Anderson. Anderson one-on-one with Thomas now, able to run at the right back. Anderson with a left-footed cross. Dunbar inches away at the back post from turning that into the empty net. But Cameron Anderson, for the first time in the game, really able to stand up. Kieran Thomas whipped it across goal with his left foot. Kieran Dunbar unable to stretch enough. Just over the halfway line inside the Leamington half. It's a drifting ball. It's Vincenti who heads Hereford into a lead early in the second half. Well, it's the man who rejoined the Breaks, Stephen Morley, who couldn't deal with the floated ball into the penalty area, just flicking it towards his own goal, and Peter Vincenti, the Hereford winger, towering above the Leamington defence, just to poke the ball past Jake Weaver, nod into the bottom corner for Hereford, and give the away side a 1-0 lead with 51 minutes on the clock. And Leamington find themselves pegged back at the start of this second half. Anderson fires it into the feet of Flanagan, who controls it well. Looks to return the favour towards Kane Anderson, but Kane got a foot in there. Here's Dunbar. Gittins looking to thread a ball through towards Josh Marsh. Didn't quite come off for the midfielder. Now Hereford can pick up the ball in the midfield once again. Here's Thomas drifting inside now. Fires it to the feet of Simmons. Back to goal. Sets Vincenti in the penalty area. So flashed across the face of goal, but Jake Weaver able to gather at the front post. Cullinane Liebird, the centre-back, is up to launch this into the penalty area from the touchline. And it comes. Liebird's up. Might drop for Nicholson to strike. And the turn in the box was by Josh Gowling, the centre-back, who swept the ball into the bottom corner to give Hereford a 2-goal cushion 20 minutes into the second half. Well, once again, the Leamington defence undone by a set play. This time it was the centre-back Jordan Cullinane Liebird with the throw-in. Leamington unable to clear their lines. The ball eventually fell to the centre-back Josh Gowling, who spun on the spot and swept it past Jake Weaver into the bottom corner. And they move to a 2-goal lead at the Phillips 66. Leamington 0, Hereford 2. Jake Weaver with a long ball up towards Edwards. Anderson then. His cross is deflected, and it's headed over his own crossbar there by Kieran Thomas. Had to do something about that with Ravi Shamsi looming at the back post, but Leamington causing problems in that Hereford penalty area for the first time in the second half. Here's Shamsi looking to drive at the Hereford back line, well dispossessed by O'Sullivan, and once again Leamington just unable to go up the gears at all to seek a way back into the game. Here's Ash. Pope has made the run forward. Hood committed himself and Pope rides the challenge. Kieran Keane across. Pope wins it off Keane and can drive into the penalty area. Spilled by Weaver. Kane sends it all the way back to Brandon Hall, who can sweep upfield. Jamie Hood with a big shout, but just obstructed there by Lane, allowing O'Sullivan away in. He feeds Liebird, edge of the penalty area. Here's O'Sullivan. Ash now. Still with Bradley Ash. Got the shot away, but just inches away. Agonisingly wide for the Hereford substitute as they look to inflict further salt in the wounds of what has been a lacklustre Leamington performance here this evening. And there's the referee's whistle, and it's Hereford who take all 3 points. They came out in the second half the much better side. Leamington were a shadow of their first half selves. A very subdued performance by Leamington in the second half, who seldom threatened the Hereford goal. It's a fourth win on the spin for Hereford, and it's finished here. Leamington 0, Hereford 2.
So Paul, a game of two halves out there. Leamington starting off quite brightly in the first half, but seeming in the second half couldn't cope with Hereford. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's about right, really. I think we've. It was quite an advantage, to be fair. It wasn't only just coming down this end, but quite a strong breeze that just helped sort of pin teams in a little bit, whatever. And listen, we were really bright and lively. We've had to. One or two of the injuries we've gotten, suspensions and whatever, we've had to throw a few people in tonight and they've done well. Stefan's first game was excellent, and Reece, considering he hasn't played a lot of football, looked really bright and lively in there. And like you say, really put them on the back foot first half, and we've got into the final third in good areas time and time again, put good quality in the box, but whether it's a case we haven't quite been clinical enough, they've defended really well, but Gowling was outstanding tonight, and possibly the difference between the probably whole of the first half and right at the start of the second half is that, when in a night like tonight, when there's decent quality set plays going from both sides, we just haven't got that second or third phase, that little drop in the first half, and they did straight away. So the disappointing thing then is that, I think they were definitely, you could see that they stepped up the pitch a bit more second half and asked a few questions of us, but it's 2 set plays, and that's what we'll be ultimately disappointed with, that there's a set play within a 5-minute restart in the second half. It's a straight ball in the box that we should do better with, and then the long throw is second or third phase. It's that one I'm on about, when the ball's there's that many bodies there, you just need it, you're hoping that one of your players reads it and you clear your lines. Listen, it's difficult when you're 2-0 down against a good side and the elements against you, and we looked a bit leggy as well. We've there's no doubt from Saturday and whatever, and one or two of the boys injured or whatever. So listen, it's been a frustrating night for us, because we've done all right as well for long periods as well, especially the first half. We were excellent and lots of good individual performances, and put a good side on the back foot for long periods as well. And even though tonight we've had to throw Reece in, and Gitto wasn't really fit to start with his sickness and bug he's had, but they've done all right. The boys have done all right tonight. They've worked extremely hard. They haven't had the bounce of the ball. I sometimes say in football there's a way to lose. I think probably the way we lost the likes of Altrincham isn't the way to lose. But tonight, listen, we've lost the game, and they're a good side. And we were stretched a bit tonight, but we've done okay. And on another night, if we could take one or two of these chances that come our way, could have been a different night, but it wasn't.